What's up, guys? You wanna hear a crazy story? Stay freaking tuned, bro. Stay tuned. Mom? What's up? What's up? Welcome to my channel. I reached out on Instagram and asked if people wanted to hear about my Hinge date the other night, and they said, heck yeah, Frida, tell us about it. So that's what I'm here to do. We're gonna try to get right to it, but before we do, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, tell me about one of your dates. Maybe tell me what you think about dating apps. If you think they're good or bad, or what your opinion is. I think I might start doing like comment shout outs. Like if someone comments something really good, like maybe I'll shout them out in the next video. Who knows? I'm getting some weird emails. Anyways, you know the drill. My name is Frida Dawson. Put together, that's Free Dawson. And let's go on a freaking date. Let's go back over the point system. So, in order to have a text back, I should like write this out, this point scale out. I'll do it as I make this video so they're consistent in the future. In order to permit a second date, he would have to be at least 15 points. In order to get a text back from me that night, let's get him up to 20. He'd have to be at about 20 points. I'd have to be like really into it and wanting to show him that I was really into it. So yeah, that'll be about 20 points. And that's probably about as good as a first date could go. Oh, 25 if it's just like this guy is it, we're really vibing, we're really feeling each other, and like maybe we even hang out after the date. Hang out. Okay, so I finished the scaling system while I was editing, and I just wanted to walk you guys through the whole thing. So we've already gone over 15 for a second date, 20 for a text from me, 25 for hanging after. Let's go back down to 10. That's my cousin. 10 is when he gets a 10, that means he's probably around the scale of he won't give it up and he just keeps calling me and he's really annoying, or like I don't know how to end it and he's like too persistent or like not respectful, somewhere around those lines. If we go down a little bit further to 7, that means he's like full on stalking me and being really creepy, and maybe the police need to get involved. It's like a 6. 5 is he's so hot and I'm super into it, but I end up getting murdered, and he's still at a 5 because he fulfilled my dream of being covered on the My Favorite Murder podcast. And 0 points is he is creepy and I get murdered and nobody knows how, and it's a big mystery and I die, and that's that. That's the freaking scale. So hopefully they're staying in a range of 10 to 25, if my judgment is right. Okay, enjoy the video. Okay, hi, and we're doing story time. Okay, I'm gonna make this like a quick one. Maybe I can even get this out today. So, I am freshly in New York City. I'm also pretty fresh bait to the dating scene. I've always been too unavailable emotionally to do that. So here we are doing it. I've been dating for these past few years, you know, on and off, going out with some guys, having fun. But I'm definitely new to the online dating scene. I've been on a few dates, and of course there was a little pause because of the but I didn't pause, and neither did the rest of the world, because dating apps were still popping, but you know, just not in person, which is almost better sometimes for me at least. So this is basically like a bad date. I sit here and talk about myself while you this coat check. It's kind of hot in here. Okay, so let's just get right to it. We're chatting, things were going okay. He has like a I'm not gonna say his name because anonymity. I'm gonna keep him anonymous. And let's call him John. John S. Johnson. So, we're gonna give John some points. So, before the date went, like pre-date went okay. He was communicative with me, kept me interested a little bit. His profile intrigued me a bit. He had like, said he was an actor. It said home, like England or something. So I knew that he had an accent, which is just like an immediate 10 points for me. So we got 10 points so far for profile, mainly because of the accent. And he was like, we should grab drinks or something. I probably should review this before I talk. Let's review really quick. 1 sec. Beer. Okay, great. We've reviewed. It was going well. Made some jokes. I love a good joke. We joked about feet pics, which is always fun. Asked me for drinks. I wasn't available, but then he kind of worked around my schedule, which was nice. He was accommodating, kind, let me be sassy. Like at one point I was like, sorry about that sass, and he was like, we all deserve a little sass. And I was like, okay, that's a few points. So we're probably at like 16 points for now. This was Quinn's idea to give people points, so here we are. We're at 16 points pre-date, which is, that's pretty good, but enough to get me to the date. I think you have to be at least 15 to get you to the date, unless like they're just so to the point and like spontaneous, then I'll let them skip that requirement. We're at 16 points. I tell him to meet me at this bar, and I'm running a little bit late, so I'm getting ready. I'm walking, trying to avoid like showing him where I live. I like walk down the stairs and like open the front door, and like he's literally like staring at me, like sitting down looking at me, and I was like, shit. So he knows that I live here. That's a little awkward. And so I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. We sit down, and immediately I'm like it's like a little bit like awkward. I'm a very, very socially comfortable person. And by that I mean I feel comfortable in social settings, and I'm very capable of making conversation, and not everybody's that way, and that's 100% okay. However, in a date, I kind of am hoping for the other person to carry the conversation a little bit and like, I don't know, just be interesting. And immediately I could tell that he was a little bit shy, which is totally fine. So I'm like, okay, let's sit down, and maybe he'll loosen up, you know, after like a drink. So I sit down, and he's like, do you live here? And I'm like, dear God, please don't let this guy be super creepy, because now he kind of knows that I, you know, like basically live here, and that would be scary. It's like, yeah, like my cousin lives here, and I'm just staying with her for a second, and yeah, thanks for meeting me here. And he was like, no problem, whatever. We talked, we started chatting, and yeah, I was kind of like I was pulling teeth, which I hate that analogy because I have a huge phobia of teeth falling out. It's like my biggest fear. But I was asking all the questions, and really just if it went like, I try to be more comfortable in silent settings than I used to be. I used to kind of always fill the space with talking, but now I try to be a little bit more generous with silence, just to see kind of how other people handle it, and also not run my mouth when I don't need to. So I would kind of test the air and let him come up with something to say, and it was just awkward. It was just very, very awkward. And so we're like maybe 5 minutes in, and I'm already like, this guy is not giving me anything. He's basically like English, and I love an accent, like I said, but he's very posh English, a little bit like pretentious, I'd say. The way he was talking about Shakespeare, I feel kind of mean saying this. He seemed like a great guy, like overall, but I'm telling you and spilling all the details, so I just hope you don't think I sound mean or something. I'm just being brutally honest. But I mentioned like if he would ever move to LA for acting, and he was just very weird about that scene and like on camera stuff, which like is fine for acting, but then he also kind of like tore apart LA a little bit, which obviously I've lived there for 4 years. Like that's like he knows that, so it was just told me some weird stories about his ex-girlfriends, like mentioned that he found like what are they called? No, not skid marks. Track marks? What am I trying? He told me that he found like, I don't know what they're called, but like, I can't think of the name of it. Like needle marks on his last girlfriend's arm or something. And like, I don't know, she was like addicted to heroin or something. And I was like, And then he mentioned something else about like his other two last girlfriends. And I looked at his profile later and it said that he like, I thought he was making a joke. Like it said like, haven't been in the dating game since ... I thought that was a joke before, but then as he was talking, I was like,
oh, I think he's serious.
He got up to use the bathroom twice, maybe 3 times. That's actually fine. I like it when people do that because it gives me some time to like process what's going on. Yeah, we get towards the end of the day. I'm hating it. I'm really not enjoying myself. And I kind of gave myself an out. I'm like, I gotta go watch La La Land with my cousin, and bye, basically. And we parted ways very like cordially. Neither of us were expecting to hang out longer. Honestly, I don't even think either of us were expecting a text from each other. It was very like, this is what it is, and nice to meet you, goodbye. So we'll leave him at that. I think I said 13, maybe 12. I think I said 13, maybe 12. Not the worst date ever, but also doesn't permit a second date. And that's the end of that. So yeah, that was my date the other night. The guy I'm going on a date with just texted me and said, I befriended the owner. Her name is Andrea. She's a nice lady. Oh my God, maybe it's my mom.
Get loose. Get loose. Okay. Yeah. I thought you could never get loose. Get loose. Get loose. Okay. Yeah. I thought you could never get loose.